I was watching Peppa Pig recently and saw that the lazy creators used the same scene in different episodes. As I kept watching, I saw this frame where Daddy Pig's hand is growing out of his face. And I also
Boneca
saw...
Ambalabu.
No, not this. But anyway, I found a lot of animators' mistakes and I hope you have fun watching me review them. Starting with an episode called
Musical Instruments.
Found this old box in the attic.
Ooh.
It's full of music.
Look, this horn just can't fit in the box. It's too tall. The animators made this box bottomless, but the tools still don't fit in there. They stick out so much that the lid of the box can't close.
Full of musical instruments.
Now they've made the horn smaller just so he can hold it in his hands. In the future, it will be enlarged again.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Achoo!
The animators don't embarrass themselves doing this. They resize objects right in front of us. Look at the previous frame. You can see that the horn doesn't fit in the box. And what do the animators do in the next frame to fit it in the box? They enlarge it. Daddy Pig is standing right in front of the chair. And now, well, you can see for yourself.
Can I try?
Am I the only one who gets the urge to tell Peppa to cough and expectorate before speaking? Maybe even blow a nose because it's hard to listen to.
Mummy, please, Mummy, please play it.
I hope I haven't forgotten how.
Hey!
Daddy Pig's arm starts growing out of his head for a couple frames. Now it's Mom's turn to stand in front of the chair and disappear accordingly.
Drum.
Thank you, Daddy.
Did she glue a drum to her stomach? How's it holding up? And why does the shadow of that drum fall separately from Peppa's shadow? It's like the drum is levitating in front of her. Well, that's not really important, because later on, the drum will lose its shadow altogether.
I remember this tune.
Now, just for moving the angle below Mummy Pig, she's gone. This chair is cursed.
The accordion is quite difficult.
George, the accordion.
Accordion?
The accordion.
Accordion?
Electricity.
Electricity?
Electricity.
It's just nonsense. I'm not talking about the fact that George's lungs are 30 times smaller than that horn, and not that the TV that was standing there with the fish is missing. I'm talking about the writers breaking their own conventions. Here's an excerpt from another episode.
George is trying really hard.
It shows that George can't even blow a bubble, so he wouldn't be able to play the horn. You say, well, it's a children's cartoon. It's just a comedy, but, I'm just a comedy too. Wow, George is holding a huge horn that weighs more than he does and in that position. His powers in this episode are beyond anything imaginable. And before I continue, I just want to say that if we get a lot of likes and subscriptions on this video, I'd appreciate it. But for now, I'd like to watch an episode called
Cleaning the car.
They Forgot to Close the Door. It's interesting, because in other episodes, the doors close by themselves. I think this scene is even more realistic than the others.
Daddy Pig,
You should see how messy it is inside.
Naughty, messy Daddy.
Daddy Pig has some warm, soapy water.
Yeah, that faucet came out of nowhere. But it's interesting that the narrator said it was warm water. Even though it's cold, there's a blue color on the valve, and they were cooling with that water when it was a hot day in another episode. Look, now he is reaching into the bucket for a sponge. How many sponges do you think he put in there?
Daddy,
1?
Mummy Pig,
How about 2? Wait, 4 sponges? Okay, maybe 2. They could have passed sponges to each other. But anyway, they have a few clean sponges.
oh dear.
Oh dear.
George dropped a sponge in a puddle that wasn't in the previous scene. Will they pick up another sponge that is clean? There is a puddle but no bucket. In the next frame, there's a bucket but no puddle.
Water bucket! Really?
Never mind. We can use you and George instead of sponges.
Yes, yes.
That's it. That's the maximum distance the hose can go. It certainly can't go that far.
Where's the water?
They've used the same joke in 2 different episodes. Apparently, it's very funny, but they had to sacrifice Peppa's memory, who forgot how the hose works. They almost perfectly replicated the animation. But what's interesting is they didn't redub that scene. It's the same sound. Listen for yourself.
Where's the water? Where's the water? Where's the water?
Daddy Pig, please turn off the water.
Oh! No!
Daddy Pig is polishing the car so well he can see his face in it.
The reflection distortion depends on the unevenness of the car's surface. It's probably dented, or the animators use the simplest effect to create the distortion. Even I can apply it. Does this look like the level of a studio with hundreds of thousands of dollars at its disposal? There's George reflected all over and to Peppa's left.
What a lovely, shiny car.
Now he only has his head reflected and he's to Peppa's right. And there's another mistake. You have to be a 5th grader to notice it, or just have a mirror at home. When Daddy Pig walks to the right, the reflection moves to the left. It's supposed to move right next to him.